Hi, and thank you for joining me for this video, which is so important. Today's topic is, how do you know if you're in a cult? Now, I understand that there are many different definitions for the word cult, and that almost every major religion today may at some time have been referred to as a cult. No, what I'm referring to is belonging to a belief system or movement whose ends are ultimately counterproductive and psychologically unhealthy. So, without further ado, how do you know if you're in a cult? I've listed 10 principles that can help you decide if you're in a cult. 1. Inclusivity. If your belief system discriminates in any way because of race, gender, nationality, or ethnicity, you're most likely in a cult. No, my friends, a healthy belief system must be open for all to join, partake, and ultimately grow in order not to be labeled a cult. As a matter of fact, Judaism teaches that a convert, a new adherent to the religion, is on a higher level than someone born into the religion. Why? Because logically, they sacrificed more. 2. Must not be mono-redemptic. For example, if your religion or movement teaches that your way is the only way, not allowing for another option, perhaps for the less devout or even those you can't reach, you most likely belong to a cult. For example, Judaism teaches that one doesn't have to be Jewish to be saved, or in other words, to have a share in the world to come. It teaches that by adhering to God's first standard for humanity, the laws of the sons of Noah, one can also be saved. 3. Altruism. Friends, if the goal or the ends of your belief system or religion is not first and foremost to make the world a better place, you most likely belong to a cult. Seclusion and being too heavenly good or spiritually good that we're no earthly good doesn't help anyone. Judaism is a physical belief system with one goal in mind: to elevate this world through acts of kindness to the glorious physical messianic age, where nation will not raise sword against nation and we will all live in peace. 4. Revelation. If your religion's primary revelation was only given to a few or to one man, and on the basis of his or her testimony you believe, you most likely belong to a cult. My friends, the Almighty, in His mercy, reached out to humanity through the Jews and gave them His holy instructions to live by. All 2 million of them. As a matter of fact, one of the only things all major monotheistic religions of today can agree on is that God's first revelation was to the Jews. 5. Direct access. If your belief system or religion limits your access to God by placing between you and Him an intermediary or a middleman, someone you must go through to ever reach or communicate with the Creator, you most likely belong to a cult. Judaism teaches that anyone can connect directly with the Almighty. All you need to communicate with the Creator is a humble spirit and a contrite heart. 6. Rebuilt theology. If your religion or belief system is based on conspiracies of texts being altered, or God changing His mind, or of hijacking other religions and historical events, you most likely belong to a cult. Judaism is the father of all of today's major monotheistic religions. God's uncorrupted and eternal message has not and will never change. So, in other words, our God's pencil does not need an eraser. 7. Self-improvement. Individual moral training. If your religion's principles and guidelines don't contribute in making you a better person, you most likely belong to a cult. Judaism stresses hardcore individual moral training. There's no room for lazy spiritual junkies here. Rolled up sleeves, worn out shoes, and well-rounded individuals is the ideal Torah individual. 8. Infallibility of humans. If your religion or belief system claims to contain men who have never sinned or claim to be somewhat divine, whose followers are not allowed to question but have to follow blindly, you most likely belong to a cult. In Judaism, although we greatly respect and admire our sages, if there is anything they teach that does not either build up or confirm what is in Torah, it is not divine and is not binding. Like it says in Koheles, in Ecclesiastes, that there is not a righteous man on earth who does what is right and never sins or never makes a mistake. 9. Lacks a sound foundation. If your religion or belief system tries to justify itself and its principles by leaps of faith or spirituality instead of logic and historical evidence, you most likely belong to a cult. The Almighty never expected us to follow Him solely because He said so. No, friends, the Creator drew us near with bonds of love, a love that He physically and historically demonstrated, whether it was physically bringing kingdoms to their knees or freeing us from physical bondage. We trust in God because He has historically proven Himself to us over and over again. There's nothing mystical or spiritual about this, my friends. 10. Constantly changing. If your belief system or religion is constantly changing its principles or tenets to suit modern thought, you most likely belong to a cult. Our God's eternal principles are as true and applicable today as they were when they were first uttered. And when confronted with a changing world, we don't alter the message to suit the times, but rather we tailor the times to suit the message. My friends, if feelings of apathy, hopelessness, and depression got you down, if you're looking for something with more substance, meaning, and purpose, I want to welcome you today to consider Judaism and begin living life to the fullest. Today could be the beginning of an awesome journey. Today you can choose to be chosen and decide to become an inheritor of all the blessings in our God's Torah. If you're interested in converting to Judaism, I want you to go to your local Orthodox synagogue and tell the rabbi, I want to be Jewish. He may test your sincerity, but persevere, and one day you will be Jewish. For more information on Judaism, please visit bejewish.org. Thank you.